Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. This is Queen of O'Hara. I'm the Queen. How's everybody doing this Monday? Or no, this Tuesday? Goodness. Y'all help me. Good morning, Eileen. How are you doing? If you're watching the replay, good morning, good day, welcome. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is a little bit of real life, a little bit of reality. Today, we're going to be talking about real life, my opinions only. Everyone's welcome here. Everyone's welcome to share their opinion in the chat. If you're watching the replay, I encourage you to leave your comments down below. I love reading everyone's comments. I appreciate everyone's support. I have a lot of people that message me after they watch the replay on IG. I've had a lot of people that have been messaging me lately. And I really appreciate the support and the encouragement. And so those of you that have been following me know that Tuesdays are penny days at Dollar General. And so today on the penny list were some better items. So today, this is what I got for a penny. So I am drinking the coconut and mocha donut shop coffee for a penny. You can't beat K-Cups for a penny. So I'm super excited about that. So y'all get you a cup of coffee or, a glass of tea or whatever you're drinking on this morning. And I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm sure everybody uses their GPS, right? From time to time, or, I guess people don't really have GPSs anymore in their car, or, you might have it in the dash of your car, use the Drive app on your phone, right? So as you all know, I go back and forth to Nashville. So unfortunately, I had to go back and forth to Vanderbilt Hospital this past week, like every day, twice a day. So I was staying with my friend, fairly close to the hospital, but in East Nashville. So every day I would put in the hospital, and depending on traffic, it would take me a different way. And every day I would be like, where is this GPS taking me? And because it was odd to me that like on the way there, it would take me one way, but on the way back to my friend's house, it would like always take me a different way. And then some days it would take me like a completely different way. Good morning, SM. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm telling a little story. Like, do you trust your GPS? I was recently going downtown Nashville every day, twice a day. And every time I would put in the location and the GPS, it would like take me a different way. Take me a different way there, take me a different way to my friend's house. So like, how well do you trust your GPS, And we all use our GPSs, right? Like when we go out of town, we're really dependent on them nowadays. Like I don't even think most people know how to read a map. And I just couldn't imagine like having to do delivery service with a map. Like I can remember I used to have a boyfriend that delivered pizzas. In the back of the Pizza Hut, they had like this huge map of the delivery area. And literally the drivers would go find out, look and see where their delivery was and then just leave. But anyway, so every day I would get in my car, I would put in, where I was going and my phone, and then I would just get on the interstate and just trust, that it was going to get me there. And it did. It got me to, the hospital every day. And then the same thing when I left, I would put in my friend's address and just trust, and it would just take me a different way. And of course, it was dependent on where there was, traffic and construction going on, and, it finds the shortest route. So I have a 3-hour trip, back and forth from Alabama to Nashville. That I've been making quite a bit. And so I started thinking, I was like, and I know not everybody that comes in here, believes in God, and maybe you believe like in a higher power or the universe or something. But, I was like, trusting Jesus or your higher power or what have you, is a lot like trusting your GPS. Sometimes you just have to believe that you're eventually going to get there, right? And a lot of my life has been like that. I have just worried that I'm not going to get there, but I always do. And finally, by like the end of the week, I wasn't worried about the GPS not getting me there anymore, because every day I got there. And some days I got there like way early, and I had time to like sit in the parking lot, or if I had to, park down the street in the parking garage, I had time to walk the 2 blocks and down, the flights of stairs too. And, it occurred to me, I was like, all the things I've been through my life, and it's been a lot. But I've always gotten there. And I just, I was like gripping the wheel on the interstate, and I just like, suddenly it just came over me, and I was like, I'm going to get there. I've always gotten there. Every day this week, I've gotten there. I've never been late. I've never missed, the visitation hours. And I was like, just need to put my faith, that God is going to get me through this, because I always have. I've always gotten through. And, my hands just relaxed on the steering wheel, and a calmness just came through me. And, I was like, we're going to get through this. And those of you that I talked to know, what I've been going through and stuff. And I just wanted to share that, and maybe it'll make somebody's, day a little bit easier. But, whatever you're going through, you've made it this far, and you've always gotten through. And sometimes you just need to remember that. And I just needed to remember that. And as silly as it sounds that the GPS helped me remember that, it did. And, I often learn my lessons through, I'm an example kind of person. Like, I need an example. And that was my example. Like, I don't really trust GPSs a lot, but eventually it gets me there. And, and, I have faith, and I've always gotten through, and I have been through a lot of messes. I definitely don't have it together. And I think a lot of times, I may come across as, that I do. And yesterday, in a chat, I kind of got into it with some people because I didn't like how they were talking about others that were struggling. And because I didn't really feel like they were being kind. And, I try to focus on the world that I wish to see. And I was watching this lady this weekend on YouTube, and she said, "Let your mess be your message." And, when I came on YouTube, I wanted to be a difference. I wanted to talk about the reality shows and, the reality tea and all of that. But I also wanted to do something good. And if you've ever watched my intro video, then you know that. And I think a lot of people don't know how to take me because they've never actually came to my channel and watched any of my videos. They don't know what my sign-off signature message is, which is, remember, do something nice for yourself and do something nice for someone else. And these people were talking about people in the sex industry, and they were saying that those people want to be doing that. It really bothered me. And I don't know anyone, honestly, that wakes up and says, you know what, I want to continue living in poverty. I want to continue this family cycle of living in poverty. I want to keep working in the sex industry. I want to continue to be in human trafficking. A lot of people do make the choice to enter the sex industry, but you don't know what happened to them. And I think we often say, what's wrong with you? And instead of saying, what's wrong with you? We need to say, I do have a ring light. Is that better? We need to say, what happened to you? What happened to you that led you to this place? And it made me so upset what these ladies were saying about other women. And, I don't expect what I say on my channel to be popular, and that's okay, because I don't want, those are not my people, right? Those are not my people. And, but it just really upset me. And then I asked them, have you known people that have been on the street? Do you know people that have gotten out of that industry? And they both were like, yes, yes, I've known people that have been out on the track. And one of them said, I've brought someone into my home. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful if you have. And I don't tell people what I do and stuff to because I'm proud of myself or because I want others to feel bad, about what they are or aren't doing. I tell people to maybe inspire them or to give them some insight. But, I think I've shared before that earlier this year, around Valentine's Day, I had the honor of being invited to speak at a transitional housing in Nashville called Mending Hearts. And these women are women that are transitioning from jail, from the street, and are rebuilding their lives. These are women that have issues with addiction. These are women that have been in the sex industry. And I sat down and had brunch with these women and, listened to their stories. And it just broke my heart. It broke my heart to hear other women talking about this. And then there was a woman in the chat just degrading another woman and just kept saying over and over and over again hateful things about a woman that we all know. If you don't like someone, that's okay. There are people I don't care for. But I mean, as women, we have so many people that are already trying to beat us down and break us down. And I just feel like we need to build each other up. We need to like encourage each other and, rally around each other and compliment each other. And, and if you don't like somebody, just don't speak on them. But, try to like speak life into each other. And I don't know, but I just could not get that conversation out of my head last night. And I had like been going back and forth about, rather to share the GPS thing. And I just thought, maybe there's somebody out there that feels like I do and is just like, I feel so lost. Where am I going? I feel like that a lot. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care if they want to make fun of me, because most of the time, I know they're not watching my channel. I know they're not, because they don't know what I'm about. One of them thought I sold candles. But, I don't know. I don't know who this message is for. Maybe it's not for anybody. But if it's, do you trust your GPS? Has your GPS took you through it? Maybe your mess is a message for somebody, but I just want you to know, if you are in a situation that you don't want to be in, you can get out of it. And nobody is saying that you want to be in that situation. We all get ourselves into situations that we did not plan on being in. And there are people that do want to help you get out, I guess, is the gist of the story. So, how's everybody doing today? What are y'all getting into today? That's all I have to say about that. So, I guess we'll work on these messages. Angela says our track record for... hold on, I'm having a little technical difficulties here. Sounds like you're a very good friend. Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but I try to be. Why am I having it? No minor can be a prostitute. All minors are trafficking victims and raped. I was so happy when that law was passed. Yeah, minors can't give consent. Nor can minors sign contracts. Y'all can probably hear the clicking because I am on my computer. For some reason, the comments. I like this message, proud of you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Oh, thank you, wifeys. Thank you. Thank you. It just, yeah, like, I think I probably just should not comment in chats. I probably should just stay off of these people's streams because they just kind of upset me nowadays. Yeah. Guess you just have to learn who your tribe is. And, but like I said, I've had like some really, really sweet people that I didn't even know cared about me or watched me, for that fact. message me. And what's amazing, or not amazing, I mean, it is amazing, but what surprised me is that people are scared to comment and post because, I mean, I guess I do understand that there are so many people in our community that don't even want people to know the nice things they do. We have so many people that do wonderful things and they don't even want people to know. I mean, so I have people message me that watch my streams that were like, oh, I was in your stream, but, you know, I didn't comment. So not everybody that's in the bushes are trolls, or they're scared to comment. And I don't want people to feel that way on my channel. I mean, I want people to comment. I love interacting with people. But I have people message me. You know, I've had people message me that are like, yes, I do the penny shopping, and I didn't even have any idea. And they're like, oh, giving me like so much information about it. I've had people message me that are like, oh, I feed my community. This is what I do. And, you know, I told my community about Lasagna Love. One of the nicest things that has happened this past week, as you all know, because I mentioned it constantly, last Friday was National Lasagna Day, was one of my former managers. For those of you that don't know, I worked in the restaurant industry for over 20 years. One of my former managers signed up for Lasagna Love, and her and her husband delivered their first lasagna last week. And she called me and she said, how do you do this every week? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, we delivered to a family with, I think, 4 or 5, 6 kids. And they were living in a motel. And she said, they all came out. And all the kids hugged her. And were telling her how they didn't know what they were going to eat that day. And she brought them a lasagna. And she was crying, the kids were crying, and I was just like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I promise it's not like that every week. But I just can't tell you how happy it made my heart that someone close to me had volunteered to make a lasagna. And if she doesn't make another lasagna, I understand. It just, that she made that one lasagna was just the most heartful gift that she could have ever given me and that family. And, you know, I delivered to a family on Saturday, and I was telling my friend, she loves the Celine Dion song. And when her mom passed, she sang that Celine Dion song like her life depended on it. And when I pulled up Saturday, they were all on the front porch, and they had like the disco ball, and they were having a good time. But I'm assuming the woman was blaring that Celine Dion song. And I don't know if y'all believe in coincidences, but I do. I look for signs, and I believe Jesus gives you signs. And they were so grateful to get that lasagna, and the guy was like, oh, don't you worry, I'm going to eat all of this. And that I told my friend, I was like, girl, they were playing that Celine Dion song, and she was like, somebody must have passed. They must have had a loss in their family. And that was, you know, that's just a little, you know, joke between me and her. But I just felt like that was, you know, I felt like Nana was with me making that delivery. You know, she was just like, hey, you're doing good. Because she's one of the reasons why I got into doing the Lasagna Love was because when she was going through chemo, I signed her and my friend up to receive a lasagna, and they got a lasagna like right away. And I know that was a blessing for them. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I want to do that because I had made lasagnas for people just, when anything happened, that's what you do in the South is you take food to people, and lasagnas, most people like lasagna. It feeds a lot of people. It's good the next day, So I was like, wow. I was like, that's a great idea. Yeah, so I believe in coincidences. I believe, God gives us signs. God gives us little signs. You just got to look for them. So, yeah. But I'm doing all the talking. Thank you, Sarah and Angela, for joining. Thank you, Eileen. So good to see you. And thank you for everyone on the patio. As always, if you would like Sarah to bring you a cup of coffee or lemonade, just holler and I will send her right out there. So, does anybody have any big plans for the week or any goals? Do not have any. I have drug out all these books. It looks like my son's room is a small library. And I have not done anything with the books. And I have to now. Because he's coming back and he will not be impressed that his room is decorated as a library. The prince will not like that. The prince is not into books like I am. So that will not go over well. But yeah, if that's really all I wanted to say. No one else has any comments about their GPS. On a funny note, though, I do feel like my GPS has it out for me sometimes. I really do. Especially down here in the country, I get a little worried because a lot of the roads are not marked with street signs. I do have a story about, oh, thank you, Diamond Girl. Prayers for your daughter. It's hard. Let me tell you, if you want to feel like just the weight of the world, go to a children's hospital and sit in the ER. First of all, they keep it below zero. Literally, when I left the children's ER, my fingers were swiveled up like I had been in a pool. No lie. When I looked at the thermostat, it was set at 61. 61. And I had shorts on and a short sleeve shirt. I didn't have a tank top on, but I had a short sleeve shirt because I had been driving. I literally got a phone call and grabbed my overnight bag, which I didn't even know what I had in it. And I was scared to death I was going to get to Nashville and have a bathing suit and a set of pajamas. Luckily, my friend and I are super close, and she always offers me clothes. The last time I went, I walked in her house with just a set of clothes because I just wanted to put on some comfy clothes before I went back to the hospital. And she literally thought that's all I had brought. And she was like, can I get you some clothes? And I noticed you didn't have any. She was like, I noticed you didn't have any I noticed you didn't have any underwear. She was like, can I get you a set of clothes and perhaps some underwear? It's just, and it just tickled me. It just tickled me to death. I was just like, I was like, that's a pretty good friend for you. It's a pretty good friend for you. Angela said, I told my mom the worst part about a crappy economy is you can't afford to help others as much. I'll never be rich because I'll always pass it out. Yes, I know. That's why I'm chasing these penny deals. And I finally told this woman at the Dollar General was talking about how she hates these penny shoppers. And I finally told her, I was like, she's talking about how she hates the penny shoppers because they are going to flea markets and reselling it. So I finally told her, I was like, ma'am, I was like, I'm not going to resell it. I was like, I literally want to get it to donate it. I was like, I'm going to keep it, obviously, a few of it for myself. I was like, but the majority of it, I'm trying to find to donate. That's like when the Hunt's tomato products went on sale. It was on the bottom shelf, and I literally was sitting in the floor digging on the bottom shelf because the cans of tomato sauce were a penny. And the sad thing is I didn't have the heart to tell her I didn't wear panties. So I just told, I had a bag in my car. So I just laughed and I told her that I had brought an overnight bag, but I just cracked up laughing. Because but I just thought that is because her mom just raised her so right. I mean, she is so hospitable. And she has a new husband, and I have literally stayed at their house so much lately. Like in the past 6 weeks, I've been up there like every 2 weeks. Like every 2 weeks, my son I've been up there every 2 weeks. And every time, I page her. Every time I text her, she's like, are you coming? Are you going to stay with us? And I couldn't ask for a better friend. And, there's no shame in my game. I just can't. Fun fact though, when I worked, I wore panties to work. Because I always wore panties and makeup to work because I figured they were paying me, so I wanted to be respectful. I wanted them to get their money's worth. So I always wore underwear and makeup to work. Yeah, good employee. But yeah. But I didn't tell her because she, I have one other friend that doesn't wear the underwears. And so she knows that I don't wear underwear, but I don't usually go around advertise. Well, obviously now it's on the internet, but So fun story though about the not wearing underwear. So my other friend why wear panties to work? You never know when something may pop off. True that. And for anyone that's ever worked in the restaurant industry, there could be a lot of shenanigans. Another fact, my first baby daddy, I met at the restaurant. So, but he also met a lot of other people at the restaurant, if you know what I mean. So, but anyway, so my other friend that likes to be makeup is for Northerners. Girl, I know that's right. I know that's right. Which I'm looking at myself right now and I'm like, my eyes look so just sullen without any makeup. But yeah, it's too hot right now. I mean, it's been raining here on and off for days. And so the humidity is just so bad. But so my other friend that doesn't wear the underwears went to a wedding, a backyard wedding, and it had rained a little bit, so the seats had gotten wet. So she was trying to be helpful, and she went out there to wipe off the seats, and everybody's in the house. So she's wiping off the seats, and she looks, and like everybody's just giving her that like look, and she's like, why is everybody looking at me? Well, needless to say, she'd kind of had like a little short dress on, and she had pantyhose on. And so when she bent over, you see where the story's going, right? So when she was bending over to wipe off the seats, everybody was seeing her business with the pantyhose. And that's all she had on was the pantyhose. Yeah, so I do occasionally, depending on what dresses I'm wearing, I may slip on some panties to go to church for Jesus, you know. But I figure Jesus already knows what I'm doing during the week, so. But I don't want to upset any of the church ladies, so don't want to make them upset, or don't want to offend anybody. But yeah, now that we've all gotten to know each other a little bit better, welcome for those of you that are just joining us. Angela says, I think I'm the only one I know, male and female, that wears ruse. LOL, I do wear dresses 94% of the time. Well, that's very, very polite of you. If you wear underwear with your dresses, it's very nice. I'm not saying that's why you don't have a husband, but it might be. We'll discuss that offline. Just saying. If any of y'all happen to know any nice gentlemen, I think we're going to start. A little. Let's find a husband. Let's find a suitable husband. So we're looking for a husband for Angela. Okay, we're accepting applications for a husband. Sarah says I wear panties. Not sure if that's the same as ruse. I believe so. Well, I don't know. Angela may be saying that her underwear has pictures on them. I don't know if that's why she's calling them ruse, but that's good to know. That's good to know that both of my wives are very proper with the underwears. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, when I was in my 20s and maybe, I don't know, like I used to, you know, be like girly girl, like, oh, you know, the matching bra and panties and the same color. And you know how when you start dating somebody and you got the, you know, the little sets, and then you get to a point where you're like, if I've got a clean bra, I'm winning. Mantis, ruse, draws, they all the same. Bloomers, they all the same. Yeah. We are just really getting to know each other this morning. Just getting to know each other. I'm so glad ITT is not up in this chat. I hope he's not secretly listening. He better be hard at work, saving America. At this point, the fact that I wear a bra in public I think is a win. I was headed out the other day and I was like, oh my God, I was like, I need to put a bra on. I was like, before I go to the store. That's kind of how bad it, got me. I rarely wear a bra. Those expensive and comfortable sweat catchers. Yeah. You ever like dress to not get out of the car and somehow something happens and you have to get out of the car and go inside and you're like, I wasn't prepared for this? My friend was telling me a story of how that happened to her. And I guess she had been outside working or sunbathing or something, and she had to run inside, and she did not have a bra on. And not only did she not have a bra on, but apparently she had like a really short top that may have been exposing herself. So she was like, how like you're just like, I'm just going to run through a couple of, I'm going to run through and pick up my, run through the Walgreens drive through, run through the fast food drive through. And then I guess something happened and she had to go in. And she's like, then it occurred to me that I might be like hanging out everywhere because I was, out in the yard mowing the grass or whatever. Hey, trucker, top of the morning to you as well. You missed the really serious part of the stream. If you want to hear that, you're going to have to replay the first part. At this point, we're just talking about underclothing. So I guess the question for you would be boxers, briefs, or free balling. Angela says side and bottom boobage is sexy in my opinion. Well, I think she was like undercarriage or whatever the under part showing. So, yeah. She cracked me up. She cracked me up when she was telling that story though, because I could just see her. Another fun fact, or not fun fact, but fun story. I was leaving the Dollar General in Nashville, and Commando for you. Hey, I'm Team Commando. So I was leaving the store in Nashville, and I was looking, and there was a lady standing on the corner that perhaps, I'm not sure. There was a lady on the corner next to the Popeyes. I love Popeyes, by the way. So I was like, I think she has a sports bra on. Or is that a regular bra? I'm like, well, whatever. It's really hot. It's really hot. And I was kind of questioning it. And I'm telling myself, not any of my business. Not any of my business. And so I get in my car and I drive to the stop sign. And as I drive to the stop sign, then she starts like kind of swirling her shirt around, and I'm like, oh, okay, that is her bra. And she got hot and she took her shirt off. And so then kind of like the liberal woman in me kind of like, I go back and forth from Tennessee to Alabama. So I live in Alabama, but I'm from Nashville. So I go to Nashville on a regular basis. So then like the women's rights person in me is like, good for her. Why should she not be able to take her shirt off when it's hot? But then, of course, like I kind of get protective of her because it's, not such a good part of town But yeah, so she's just like walking down the road in her black bra, with her shirt in her hand. But I was like, good for her. It's hot. But then I was also worried for her because it's a little rough. You live in Putnam County? Okay, yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah, I am definitely, I will always be a Tennessee girl. But Nashville got very, very populated, so we got out. We got out. I live about an hour outside of Huntsville. Yeah, so live about an hour outside of Huntsville, and I would like to retire in Florida. That is my goal, my dream right now. I don't know why. I just that's where I want to. It's where I want to end up. I want to look at the ocean and drink my coffee and just be at peace. But right now, I'm just going to drink my coffee and look at the lake. So, but yeah, I love Tennessee. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just gotten crazy expensive. Is everyone in Nashville an aspiring star? Not everyone, but I will say, like, when I worked in the restaurant business, not a lot of people were from there. Oh, you'll allow me in Florida? I'm very excited, very excited. As soon as as soon as the ITT department retires and my kids get older, as soon as the kids graduate high school, and I feel like they don't need me as much, I will be able to move further away. So when I worked, Angela, going back to your question, when I worked in the restaurant biz, I found like the people that weren't from Nashville that had moved there. I worked with a lot of aspiring, people that wanted to be stars. If you say their name 3 times, they will appear. It's not 28 years. Is it? Are you going to wait until you're like in your 70s? Yes, he showed up. So, shh, let's be appropriate. Daddy's in the stream, y'all. Let's all be appropriate. No more talking about if we wear underwear or not. Yeah, so I have this theory about people moving to Nashville. I say that people go to Nashville to visit, then they go back home, get their stuff, and move to Nashville. Sarah says she can probably retire at 93 with the current market. Well, see, Sarah, that's why I think if you and Angela become our sister wives, it would be more economical because there will be 3 of you working outside the home, or 2 of you because Angela is a stay-at-home mother as well. So, yeah. So between you and Dennis, y'all should be able to maybe retire at 80. Angela says, have Home Depot deliver a tiny house and bam, you live in Florida. Then you can be neighbors with my ex and not me. I don't know that I want to be neighbors with your ex. Oh, then Dennis says he can retire immediately? No, me and Angela don't want you home with us all the time. I don't know. We're going to have to discuss a better plan. Hey, Ansat. How are you doing? Well, if you want to catch the serious part of the stream, you're going to have to replay the very first part. Now we're just being silly. And we're trying to come up with a retirement plan so everyone doesn't have to work until they're 80 or 90 with the current economy. Before that, we were talking if you wear underoos, bloomers, or the whatnot. And yeah, I think that's about it. And I got this coffee for a penny today at the Dollar General. So that's what I'm drinking. And I think you're pretty caught up. So, Angela says, I'm retired in 2 years. Haters going to really hate when I'm posting my Caribbean pics. So, well, then I can come visit you, Angela. I can come visit you if you're in the Caribbean in 2 years. Then I can just come stay with you for like a month at a time. And that's much more exciting than just keep going back and forth to Nashville. No offense to my lovely children, but, or my lovely friend that I stay with, but you know, the Caribbean sounds much more exciting. Although I'm very excited about going to the Bahamas. Which, I mean, let's face it, I'm just excited to be on the boat. I wouldn't care where the boat goes. They could just, like, literally just, I don't care. I don't care. She says, Angela, this is great. This could work. Yeah, I mean, I really do think it could. I do think it could. Now, I will let y'all know the 2 dogs are very fond. So, very fond of Daddy. So possibly, you know, I mean, everybody gets their own bed anyway because the dogs want to sleep in the bed with the man. Angela says, I do plan on a spare room for guests, skipping on dining room and possibly living room. I'll be outside all the time. Well, Angela is a wonderful groundskeeper from the pictures that she shows me. So I wish she were here right now. I wish you were here. My flower beds. Which I did get I have 2 sunflowers now. And I know that doesn't sound very exciting to those of you that have, you know, large gardens. I have a lot of plants in pots, but the sunflowers are what I have been like really stressing on. The trucker says he's got to get back to working on my latest wreck and get it ready for sale. Thanks for the invite. I do appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. By the way, I'm both retired and single. Peace out. We will keep you in the running for a husband for Angela. Thank you. Thank you for throwing your hat in the ring, trucker. Thank you. Please come again. And next time, maybe we'll have some questions for you. Yes. Yes, we'll do like our own little bachelor show for Angela. Yes, I hate The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I hate that. I think that is such a non-realistic. No. If a woman was to date 20 men out in real life, we call a woman like that, we call her certain names, okay? I mean, when I was just dating 5 guys, you know, it was frowned upon, okay? It was frowned upon. I'm just kidding. Never dated 5 guys at once. But I have a wonderful, wonderful first husband. I couldn't ask for a better starter husband. Couldn't. That's why I waited till 40 to get married. Yeah. Both of my parents were married 4 times. So I'm sure if they were still alive, that I would be a huge disappointment. Angela says third world groundskeepers are men with an AK-47. I think that's awesome. I mean, the fact that they have to carry AK-47s somewhat concerns me, but, you know, I am going to attend a gun class, so I am knowledgeable about handguns, at least, and I am not a huge fan of guns, and I believe we've discussed, people that know me know how I feel about handguns and stuff, but so many states are making it now where you don't have to have a carry permit as long as you bought the gun legally. You don't have to have a carry permit, so you just buy the gun legally and then you can just stick it in your waistband. So I would encourage all people to at least educate themselves, and I think something like that, me personally, I would like to be educated by a professional. Of course, my husband is educated by, about firearms, but I would, I would like to go get educated and just take away, I think that would take away some of my, my fear about handguns. I still don't think everybody should have handguns. I don't think people should have handguns, necessarily, in their homes. I don't think everyone needs to have a handgun. And if you do have one in your home, and you have children in your home, or people that have mental issues or anger issues, or that drink or do drugs, I don't think they should have access to handguns. Of course, if you have children, I think you should do the right thing and have them locked up, safely. But yeah. Angela says, crazy, ain't got to carry. I'll take down a crowd with a popsicle stick. Well, speaking of popsicle sticks, I may know someone who has an issue with fudge popsicles at the moment. Fudge popsicles. Fudge-sicles, if you will. Yeah. It's not a joke. It's serious. It's serious. If you know someone that needs help with ice cream or fudge popsicles, please reach out. Have them reach out to a friend. It's no joke. I mean, sometimes they can't even wait till after dinner. It's becoming a problem. I don't know. Maybe it's just a summertime thing. We'll see. I don't know. Beginning to be concerned. And I blame myself. Because I'm the one that suggested the fudge-sicles. So I don't know. It is. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for putting up the trigger warning. Thank you. Thank you. Also, when I go stay with that nice friend, every time they have a different flavor of ice cream. Every time, a different flavor. And every flavor is delicious. And this last time, they had it from the specialty ice cream shop down the street. And they had raspberry cheesecake. Raspberry cheesecake, y'all. And I was crying. And she kept trying to feed me ice cream. And I had to tell her finally, that I was lactose intolerant. And if I kept eating the ice cream, I wasn't going to be able to leave the house the next day. I do. I love ice cream, but if I eat more than, yeah. It is, Sarah. It is. Yes, the fudge sickles are the best. They're my favorite. I don't like the colored sickles. Those are for kids. Those are for children. No. And I don't even think I liked those when I was a kid. Like I've always had very grown up, sophisticated taste, apparently. I've always liked the fudge ones. But yeah, my friend, they have a different flavor ice cream every time I go. And yeah. And her husband makes fall off the bone ribs that they're just wonderful. They're wonderful. So, but anyway, you got to look out for your friends. Go look out for your friends and your loved ones and, watch out for them. You got to pay attention. Pay attention. Yeah, because, they might not even know they have a problem. They might not even know. Hey, if y'all haven't hit that thumbs up, the like, the bell, all the things, go ahead and do it now. It's completely free. You'll never be charged. We'll never be charged. Promise. Promise. If y'all would like to be charged, we can arrange that. Y'all just hit me up in my DMs and, we can exchange some information. If y'all would like to give Sarah your credit card number, she can go ahead and run that. And yeah, we can make arrangements for you to be charged if you like. So, yeah. Oh. Now, when Sarah mods in other chats, she is not as nice as she is in this one, and she makes threats to people. I've seen her do it. She makes threats to people to hit the thumbs up button. Luckily, we're a lot nicer in here, and so I've asked her not to threaten. And so she doesn't threaten anybody in here. So, yes, trying to keep it calm. So, doing a great job, Sarah. Doing a great job. Those anger management classes have really paid off. They were a little expensive, but they were worth it. So, all right, y'all. Well, I know it's getting lunchtime for some of y'all, and some of y'all get hangry. So I'm going to get off here and let y'all get some lunch. Does anybody have any dinner ideas? I do not have a dinner idea, so I could use some help. Let me tell you, I don't know if any of y'all ever get those marinated pork tenderloins in the package. But we really enjoy those, and it's a really easy dinner idea. Like you just bake them, or put them in the oven and then slice them. And cereal. We're not cereal kind of people. I'm lactose intolerant, Angela. I have to get that lactose-free milk. But I'm not a big cereal eater. Frozen pizza and salad for me. But yeah, so those marinated pork tenderloins. We got the honey sriracha from Walmart, and it was so good. And I put 2 jalapenos from my friend's garden in the dish with it. Oh my goodness, it was so good. So if y'all have never tried those, definitely try it. I like the pork after for sandwiches. Yes. And I've even cut it up and put it on a salad, cut it up in little pieces. But yes, So if y'all have never tried those marinated pork tenderloins in the package, highly recommend it. It's really easy. So, and they have like different flavors. They have like lemon pepper, cracked pepper, mesquite barbecue. We've tried all the flavors, but I happened to see that one at Walmart, the honey sriracha, and that is one that we had not tried. So yeah, Walmart carries them, Aldi's carries them, a lot of places, but highly recommend them. Jalapenos on cornbread or meatloaf gets compliments. Yes. The ITT department loves jalapenos. Always thumbs up for you, Queen. Thank you, Ann Sat. I'm so glad that I found you over in Dar's chat. I'm so glad. So thank you. For those of you that are watching the replay, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, everyone. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to play my little outro for y'all, which is also my intro. But remember, do something nice for yourself and do something nice for somebody else if you can. Just smile at somebody. You don't know how much that smile may change their day. Bye. See y'all next time.